Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode here today on ESGNet. As we're back here for MLB 18, the show. This is Road to the Show with Diego Torres, as we're at episode 107, and today is going to be game 3 of the NLCS against the Miami Marlins. So, Marlins defeated, I believe, the Dodgers in the NLDS, and they have now moved on here. Let's take a look at the brackets here, and we're going to be in the we're going to skip the first two games because Torres is going to be starting game 3. Take a look at Miami here. Now remember, this is an old roster from a couple about another, I think it was MLB 17. I think we started that series, this series with Diego. So these rosters are pretty old. There you see some of the names there. Of course, all these guys have moved on, went to other places, like Christian Yelich and Carlos Stanton. But it's still a good team here in Miami. And, for a lot of people, they consider this one of those dark horses as a playoff team. So you see Miami, they did win the NL East, defeating the Nationals, Braves, Phillies, and Mets, who came in dead last there. And take a look here in game 1, and there you see we win this one 2-0, getting 2 runs, 6 hits, no runs, 2 runs, 6 hits, and no errors. As for Miami, no runs, 6 hits, and no errors in that game, and we were able to defeat them. So nice job as we do get the first game. That means we set the and you want to take the first game because you want to set the tempo of the series, how it's going to be played, and that's exactly what we did. So we were able to score. It looked like we scored pretty early there. First inning there, we took 2 runs there. Take a look at the second game there. Well, Miami decided to come back here, and they went in extra innings, winning inning in the 11th inning there, top of the 11th, winning off, I believe it was a walk-off shot there, and they win this one there, and a final of not necessarily a walk-off, I guess you could say, but win this one in the 11th inning there, as we just could not muster anything. They win that one 4-3 is your final score. Miami 4 runs, 1 hit, and 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error, and we had 3 runs there in that ball game. So we're gonna go to the third game here in this one, as we're both tied 1 game apiece, and we're at Marlins Park here in Miami. And we'll see what Torres can do in this one. Now, of course, Torres is looking for his first win of his MLB postseason, as he has not yet won a game yet. He's lost a game, but has never won one yet. So, AJ Ramos, it will be on the hill here. And just take a look at his postseason numbers there. And, of course, we want to have a better start and just go out here and just do our best here in this one, as we want to get game number 3 and take that 1-game lead in this series, being up, well, it's actually 2-game lead here in this series, be up 2-1. So we'll see what we can do here. The boys are in Miami. No partying here. Coach, of course, letting his guys know, hey, we are not here to party. We are here to play some baseball. And there you see the starting lineup there for the Reds. Nothing too difficult here. Nothing, no change, no sudden changes or anything like that. Now, of course, Torres will be at the plate here, and we'll see Christian Yelich here first, as we're at the bottom of the first here. Well, Torres already got a nice cushion here. He got a 1-0 lead. So we'll see Christian Yelich here up to bat, 2-1 or 1-2 count there. He is going to take that fastball looking there, low and away, and that is going to rack up the first strikeout here in this one. So that's the way you want to start off here in a game like this, and especially a game 3. Again, set the tone and try to especially take this first win here on the road, so you can go into game 4 and have that confidence and build off from that. 2-1 count now for the next batter, and we'll see a ground ball here. Phillips going to make the play here. Nice job there from the veteran second baseman, as he helps out Torres there in this one. As you see there, 1-1 apiece there in the NLCS. In the ALCS, looks like it's a good battle there between the Blue Jays and Angels. and they have got one game apiece. They're working on their third game here, just as we are. And as you see, a nice shift there, and we'll see, of course, Carlos Stanton here up to bat, and we got a 2-2 count on Stanton, and we're trying to make sure we keep him off the base pass here. And they're gonna do some housework here, as they have to throw him there out at first, and that is going to bring up the side here. So after one, it is 1-0 here. Reds lead this one. So we go to now to the bottom of the second. We'll see here as still 1-0 lead for the Reds, and we got a 3-1 count on Ozuma, and we'll see what he can do, as he is a tough batter here. He likes to get if need be doubles and triples here, and he can easily get a double here, but he's going to be stopped there for just a single in this situation there. So nice job there from our defense, getting that ball in there quickly and making sure he does not try to get any more than he needs to get in this at bat. So Martin Prado now coming up to bat here. There you see his postseason numbers there: 1 home run, 2 RBIs, and we'll see what Prado can do in this situation. 1-0 count now, as there is, of course, 1 runner on board, and we'll try to see if we can try to get a double play out of this situation here and really help us out here. As we see, runner's going to take off here. He's going to throw this one at second, and that's going to be a stolen base, as now the Miami player there gets ahead of us there and is now in scoring position. So 1 runner on board at second, nobody out. Tough situation here for Torres, but he, if you notice what he's done throughout the season here, he can get himself out of it here. So we'll see what he can do. 2-1 count. That's going to be a slider there, and Prado is going to have to go take a seat, and there'll be 1 remaining. So 1 out, 1 on still, as Torres is still not out of the forest yet. So Justin Board now coming up to bat here. And of course, he is a power hitter. He can do some serious damage now if things don't go the right way here. So 2-2 count. We'll see if we can try to get him struck out there, and he does so there, as that is going to be now 2 away with 1 still on board. So now we'll see. I don't know even how to say his name, but the how to Divido, I don't know. I can't really say it, but anyway, he's the shortstop there for them, for the Marlins, and we'll see here for the there, and that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Should be an easy one, no problem there. And that is going to be the final out of the inning. So after 2, it's still 1-0 lead here for the Reds, as the Reds are looking pretty good now. 3rd inning now. Here we go. JT Realmonto now coming to bat here. We'll see what he can do, as he will lead off the inning here. And he is going to be the, I believe, the 8th batter here in this lineup. And we'll see what we can do. As now we have a 6-run lead now here. So this is really nice for Torres here. Don't have to do too much, not too much pressure on him. But, he's going to go out there and show what he does best there, and that's getting guys out through the strikeout or pop out in this situation there. And that is 1 away. So Torres looking very good and very promising here, as AJ Ramos, the pitcher, here now coming up to bat. And we'll see if we can get a quick 1-2-3 here on the pitcher, as we have an 0-2 count, 1 away. Nobody on board, and that is a fastball high and up there, as Ramos just took that one looking, and that's going to retire the side. So 2 away now with nobody on board, and there you see the skipper liking what he's seeing from his pitcher here now, as he's going to be taking on Christian Yelich as they restart the order now, and we'll get to this next at-bat. So 2 away, nobody out, or excuse me, 2 away, nobody on board, as Yelich is going to take that first strike there. And we'll see here what Yelich is going to do in this next one here, as Torres really trying to take his time here and just try to see how much Yelich is going to take. And Yelich is going to take this one off the pole, and out of the ballpark there. Home run there for Christian Yelich and for Miami. And it's now a 5-run ball game. Torres did not believe that ball was going to go that far out. He thought it was going to foul out, but it hits off the foul pole there in deep right field. And that is not what you want to see there, especially from the leadoff man here. And especially a guy like Christian Yelich who can really get a hold of it like he did there and just put a little power behind that and then had that ball settling right out of here. So it's now 6-1 now. Reds still lead this one by 5. It was 2 out. And we'll see if we can get out of this inning here with a strikeout here. 0-2 count on the next pitcher, or excuse me, next batter. And that is going to be it for him, as that is going to retire the side. So Torres does give up 1 run there on that home run for Christian Yelich. But it's still a nice, comfortable lead here. A 5-run lead. They lead it there 6-1. So here we go now. And we'll see now. It's a 10-1 ball game here. Bottom of the 4th. And a full count now on Carlos Stanton here. And Carlos Stanton here takes this one here. He's going to go high and deep out to right field. And that one is a solo shot. 364 there. Solo shot there, and it's now a 10-2 ball game now. Reds lead this one by 8 as Torres now gives up his 2nd run of the ball game, 2nd home run at that. And yeah, that is not what we were expecting here today. So he's going to have to be very cautious now of Carlos Stanton and Christian Yelich here in this game, as they are still, this is still a high-powered, that nice high-power offense that Mariners had this when they had this roster put together. So now nobody out here, and we'll see Ozaka here. He's going to hit this one right down the first base line there. This should get him enough to get a double. Wouldn't be surprised a triple in some cases, but he does get a double, and that puts him in scoring position. So nobody out. And Martin Pareto now, here we see him. He had another nice situation here last time. We had a runner on second to bring somebody home. We'll see if he can do this time around, as he'll take this one there looking, and that is going to be a strikeout there on him, as that is going to be 1 away with 1 still on there. See Torres, yeah, he's determined here. He realized he's given up now 2 runs in his ball game, and of course a run there at second. He knows he has to turn things around here very quickly before things get out of hand. So 0-2 count now here, as Torres is trying to get out of this inning here and keep that runner at second, as we'll see a swing and a miss there, and that is going to be on board again. Strikeout there on him. That's 2 away now on the Miami Ball Club. As you see there, a swing and a miss there. Nice four-seam fastball outside, on the outside there. A nice strikeout. So now next batter here, see what the shortstop can do here for Miami, as he has a runner on board and 2 out. And we'll see what Torres is going to do. He's going to pitch this one inside there, right against the belt, and that is going to be a strikeout, and that is going to switch up the side. So after 4, it is now 10-2. So here we go now to the 5th inning here. We'll see Torres up to bat here. We'll see what he can do, as he's trying to help himself out here in a situation now. He has a 2-0 count now. And we'll see if he can get himself on board and hopefully get a rally getting started here. So we'll see this one going there. That is going to be a nice base hit over the head there of the second baseman. Puts him on board. And that is going to be the first runner on to start off the leadoff here in the 5th inning. So we'll see what Torres can now do. Of course, he's not known to be a runner here. I don't know if they're going to try to bunt him over or what the case may be, but he's going to try to see what he can do as they go out there and give him his jacket here. And so we'll see now here. Runner on first, and this one is going to be popped out to right field here. This one's deep, but it's going to stay in the ballpark there for a fly out, and that is going to be 1 away. So nothing much there to do with the leadoff, the natural leadoff hitter there to start the top of the order. As we'll now see Joey Mercer now up to bat here, 1 for 2. He's single in a run for him. We'll see if he can try to move Torres now over in this situation. 2-2 count with 1 out. And Mercer is going to hit this one out to left field, and that is going to be easily caught there. As the left fielder right on top of that one, and that's now 2 away on the Reds as Yelich makes a nice stop there. So Caps here coming in the game here as I believe AJ Ramos was taken out here quickly, of course. So now Hunter Pence now up to bat now here, 2-2 count, or it's just should say a full count for him, but a 2-2 day, 2 out, 1 on, and he will strike out there, leaving Torres stranded, and 1 is left out there for the Reds as they still lead this one 10-2 here after 5. So let's go ahead and go to the bottom of the 6th now here. We'll see what we can do the defensive wise here. We'll see JT back up to bat here, and he's had a tough day here. 0-2 count now here. He might be retired again, and he takes that one looking there again as he cannot believe it. He is not liking the call there, and he is fired up. And there you see their strikeout there as Torres just kind of snickering there about the pitch, and he is liking the call there from Blue. So there you see there. We'll see what they're going to do now is they're going to call Derek French now here for the pitch hit situation now. There you see his numbers here for the playoffs so far here, 333 with a stolen base. So he's just basically up here to try to get a hit, and then of course still a bag. And on Torres, as we'll see this one here, that was going to go right to Phillips there for the easy play. Nice routine play there, and that is 2 away now for Torres. So nice job there for Torres as we go ahead and see Christian Yelich up to bat here. Remember, he hit that solo shot there back in the 3rd. We'll see if he can try to do something, or at least try to see Torres try to stop him this time around here. 1-1 count. This one is going to go high and deep out to left field, but that one is going to stay in the ballpark there, and that is going to retire the side up as they still lead this one here by 8 runs. It is 10-2 here at Marlins Park. So we'll see now in the 6th inning here what we can do, as we'll see Barlick here now up to bat. He's had a pretty quiet day here now. 1-2 count here for him. See if we can get this quick strikeout here and get the first out here in the inning. Ooh, that one's inside there. A little too close to comfort there for the batter there. So we'll see Torres here go now for a 2-2 count. And this one is going to be ripped right to the first baseman, who's going to make a nice stop there. Nice job there for Morrison as he makes a stop, and that is 1 away. So nice hustle there from our first baseman, who gets the first out, and we'll see what we do now against Carlos Stanton. So Carlos Stanton hit that home run in the 4th to lead off there, and of course that made it a 2-run ball game, or put 2 runs on the board, the 2nd run on the board here for them, as they're still down by 8. And we'll see here, he is going to get walked. So couldn't do too much there. We lost pretty much Stanton there in that one. We didn't want to give him something that he could feast off of. So Torres just had no choice but to walk him there. So now Omazuma now coming up to bat. He doubled and single. He's 2 for 2 now here in today's game. We'll try to see if we can get him to jam up Carlos Stanton and get in a force out. And hopefully, or maybe even turn to a double play, as this one's going to get hit out there to right center field. That one's going to drop there. And it looks like the runner's going to come in to score. No, the runner's not going to come in and score. He's going to stay at 3rd. So now Prado will be up to bat here with 2 on and 1 out, as he has a full count here. As Omazuna there is going to stay at first base. I'm really surprised he didn't go for 2. But we'll see a swing and a miss there, and that is going to be 2 away now on Miami, as they still have 2 stranded there on the pond. So there you see 2 on, 2 out. Torres here trying to get himself out of this one here, leading by 8. And he does not want to give up any more runs that he's already given up here today. And the 2 solo shots there from Christian Yelich and from Stanton in this one. So Justin Bour now 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts there on him. We'll see if we can get number 3 right now here in this at bat. But he does have the hitter's count here. He has a 3-1 count, so he's in favor here to get a halfway decent pitch here to drive home a run. We'll see the pitch here. This one is going to be lifted up there. That's going to be high and deep, but it's going to be there into right field. Hunter Pence all over that one there, and that's going to retire the side As 2 are left stranded there on this one. It is still 10-2 after 6. So here we go now in the 7th inning now. The shortstop starting off here for Miami as he has struck out and flied out here. We'll see what we can do here in this one as we go to 2-2 count, and that is going to be a strikeout fastball right down the middle. Great job there from Torres, and that is going to put 1 on them here in the inning. So now JT Remonto now strikeout, pop out earlier. Nobody on, 1 out, and we'll see here what we can do now on this pitch. Torres getting close to 100 pitches now here in today's ball game, as this one's going to be a routine play there from Phillips. Nice job there, and that is going to get 2 away now for Miami, or 2 away now for the Reds, I should say. So we'll see now. D. Gordon now, he's going to pitch hit in this situation. Of course, he's going to get on board, and of course, if he does get on board, we're going to have to keep a close eye on him for stealing any bases. Even though he is up there in age, he can still steal some bases there for Miami. As we'll see here, 2 away, nobody on board. Torres making a pitch here, and this is his 100th pitch here, and this is going to be the easy out as they make a nice stop there defensively there on the field. Nice hustle there from our third baseman, making a play. It's still an 8-run ball game for the Reds. Christian Yelich here now, 1 for 3, a solo shot there for him. As we'll see what we can do now here in the bottom of the 8th. So bottom of the 8th, 103 pitch now for Torres, and he's still got some pop in that glove there as he gets Yelich out there on this one, and that's going to be the first out of the 8th. So up to 104 pitches now here for Torres, as we'll get to the next batter here. Still 10-2 here at Marlins Park. Beautiful crowd out here, packed to the capacity here. Seeing some great baseball being played here. And we'll see the, of course, series tied 1 game apiece. We'll see the 109th pitch there, and that's going to be a strikeout there. That is 2 away there now for the Reds. As Torres is now 1 out away here from getting into the 9th inning here. And, of course, shutting down this ball game. As Carlos Stanton now up to bat here. 1 for 2 here for him, as he has a 1-2 count here. 113 pitches already now for Torres. They're keeping a close watch on this. We'll see 2 out, and there you see Carlos Stanton here driving this one here high and deep. This is going to go back. This is going to go over the wall, and that is a home run. Carlos Stanton, his 2nd home run in the game here tonight. 2nd solo shot, and that's going to be now a 10-3 ball game. What is going on? I think they might want to go ahead and pull the hook here, because Torres is now getting up 3 runs in this ball game here. All 3 of them solo shots. 2 of them, of course, like I said, coming from Stanton there. As Stanton is really just keying in on Torres and his pitching here today. And that might be just it for Torres. So they're going to give him 1 more batter here with 2 away. 3-1 count there, and they lose the batter there. Or I should say Torres loses the batter. And that's going to put a batter on board here with 2 out. So Torres, well, I'm sure he does not want to be getting pulled out here, but he might end up if this keeps up. So now Martin Prado now coming up to the bat. 2 out, 1 on, 0-2 count, 10-3 ball game. Torres really taking his time here. Looks like he's going to try something here, but this one's going to be ripped right down the shallow first base line. And that is going to be a base hit with 2 on now and 2 away. Reds might want to start going to the bullpen now here, as Torres gives up that 6-12 to 6 curveball. And that is not what you want to see from your guy here, especially in the late in the innings here. You don't want to start giving up runs when he had a really great day here from your batting, getting some great run support. And there you go there. They're going to go ahead and give him the hook. And they're going to bring out Ramirez. So Buck Ramirez there, you see his numbers there. 3 starts, 1-0 for this postseason here. There you see innings worked and strikeouts. And we get the win. So we get game 3 here as we take now a 2-1 lead here in this series. And of course, we would like to know when Torres' next start will be in the NLCS. But hey, we take the 1-game lead here, and that's exactly what we would like to see here, as we'll try to see what we can do here tomorrow night in Game 4. As we take this win here, 10-3 is your final score. Nice victory there, and what a way to go there for the Reds, as they are looking very good right now here in the postseason. Of course, Torres a little shaky there towards the end there, but nonetheless there, he gives up 7 hits, 3 runs. All 3 runs are earned, 2 walks, and 14 strikeouts there. Well, that's nice. That's where you're used to seeing him with those double-digit strikeouts. We haven't seen that from him for too long there. But we'll see who our player of the game is here for Cincinnati. It's going to be Todd Frazier, the third baseman. 3 for 5 in the ball game, 2 runs, 1 home run, and 4 RBIs in this one, as he is going to be the player of the game for Game 3 here in the NLCS. And as you see, Torres' numbers there: 7 2/3, 7 hits, 14 strikeouts, 3 runs earned, 3 runs given up, and 2 walks. As we take a look here at Miami, they take Game 4. Yeah, they come back and get us there, and they win this one 10-1. As they just get us pretty early there, especially in looks like in the 4th and 5th innings, that they just do some damage there, and we just could not muster up anything until the 8th. And by then it was already too late, as they take the victory. And they have now tied the series up now 2 games apiece. So it's 2-2 now. We'll see what's going to happen in Game 5. Of course, Game 5 being played there in Miami. And we'll see how that turns out to be. And we win this one, as we win this one 5-4. So nice job there. 5 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error there for Cincy. As they, and again, score early there, 2 runs there in the 1st, and then don't score again to the 8th inning with 3 runs. Miami 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors there. They score there in the 3rd and 4th, and could not score any more after that. So we did a great job there in that one. So we tie the series now up, 2 games apiece. So we'll get to Game 5 here in just a bit, as you take a look at some of the numbers there for the pitching. And Cueto looked like he had a great game there. Now Game 5, well, it goes back to Miami, as Miami takes Game 5 of the series 8-0. What a shutout there. We were only able to get 1 hit there. It's not good. Miami 8 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error in this one, as they are able to score there in the 1st, 6th, 7th, and 8th innings. Yeah, they just did a great job there towards the end there, scoring 5 runs there in those 3 innings, and making put a stop to us there in that ball game, not letting us score at all. So Lake not doing so good. And then you see there, we end up losing Game 6, so we get eliminated, as the Reds have been eliminated from the playoffs there from the Marlins, and they take the NLCS. So they'll move on to the World Series, and they'll be taking on, looks like, they're going to be taking on the Angels in the World Series there. So best of luck to the Angels, but unfortunately, no, it does not happen that way, as Miami takes off and wins it, and they are the World Series champions. So congratulations there to Miami. I don't know. It kind of shocked me there. I thought that this was going to be our year here, but unfortunately, it's going to have to be now next year. So there you see the World Series MVP, and there you see the National League MVP, postseason MVP there. Carlos Stanton, of course, 11 home runs, 19 RBIs, 290 for him for the season. So yeah, just a tough time there, but unfortunately, things hopefully will turn around for us, as Josh Rutledge there is your player, your postseason MVP for the American League. Take a look at your retirees there, and not too many notable ones there to really say anything really about, at least for our team there. But for the most part here, I really thought this was going to be the year for Torres, but unfortunately, that's not going to be the case, and now we just have to move on here. So with that being said, the series will continue on, of course. So we'll move on to the next year's game, and we'll move on to MLB 19, the show. I figured that we're going to play probably about a month's worth of games, and then I'm just going to go ahead and move it over to 20. So 19 and 20 will be in the same playlist. If you're catching the series once we start 19, that'll also be the same one for 20. So you'll see MLB 19/20 on there. So the first month of the season will be on 19, and then I'll switch it over to 20. So you guys can, so we can now be caught up there. So with this series, and then of course with Ryu, Tommy series, those will be the same way on his series too. So we get everybody on 20, because all the other Roadshow players are now on either on 19 right now. Either I'm finishing up, because I think got a couple of them just finish up their season there. If not, then they'll just go ahead and start on 20, and we'll go from there. So everybody will be on one game, and we'll go from there. So I finally be able to get caught up on the Roadshow characters moving to the new game, MLB 20, the show. As for our franchises, I'm still trying to work on that, and I've been kind of working on some of those series, both of those, the Kansas City Royals and the St. Louis Cardinals series, both on the older games there, and eventually they will be moved over to 20 at some point here. But I'm trying my best, just trying to take my time there with those. But we'll see here. We are going to, of course, talk to our agent about some changes there that we want to make. And, of course, Diego, he's kind of on the fence right now. He's asking John Kent, his agent from 989, his agent there, talking to him about maybe possibly make some changes there, talking about maybe leaving Cincinnati. And, of course, he reminds him that his contract is still, he's still tied in that contract there. Remember, we cannot leave unless the team decides to trade us, because they have our rights. We have to spend 6 seasons with that ball club that drafted us. So unless they decide to want to get rid of us, like the Cubbies did, which I don't see the Reds doing that here in this situation. But yeah, the Reds would have to make that decision. We can, if you see my other series here, I got other Roadshow like Theo wanted to leave Detroit, and so far his requests have been just not even looked upon at all. That happens. So but we can make a trade request, but chances are we're not going to get into it. I'm not going to do that with Diego Torres. I think right now, for the time being, he's liking Cincinnati. I like where he's at right now, and we'll just see continue. I like the storyline with the us and the Cubbies there. I like that storyline right now. So I think I'm just going to keep him here as long as we can and see what happens. But you never know. We go over to MLB 19. He could easily be traded if they, if the Reds want to. So it depends on what they need and their needs and whatnot. So that'll be it for this episode of Road the Show. Diego Torres. Unfortunately, you guys, I'm sorry I couldn't get us to the World Series. Couldn't give him a World Series ring. But he finally got his first win, as a professional baseball player in the postseason. So that's always nice. But that's it for this episode of Road the Show with Diego Torres. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you happen to be new. Hit that bell notification so you guys can be notified of this series or any other series here on the channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord for the latest news and events on what's going on here on the channel and what's going on in the world of sports gaming in general. Check us out also on Patreon if you want to be a part of our be one of our patrons for the channel by supporting us there. That'll be greatly appreciated. There's a link down below in the description there. Check us out there and be a part of the ESGN Nation Patreon page. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.